Today, we're diving into Return of the Archmage, OPMC Regression LitRPG Apocalypse, MythicRun0's electrifying tale of power reclaimed and destiny rewritten. Known for his imaginative world-building and high-stakes storytelling, MythicRun0 delivers a novel that is both exhilarating and deeply satisfying, perfect for readers who crave overpowered protagonists, immersive game mechanics, and the intoxicating pull of survival in an apocalyptic world. The novel begins with a protagonist who has lived through failure, betrayal, and defeat, but is given a second chance. Through regression, he awakens back at the beginning of his journey, armed with knowledge of the future and the determination to change it. What should have been a repeat of past struggles quickly spirals into a quest for dominance, resilience, and the intoxicating thrill of rewriting fate. MythicRun0 wastes no time in immersing readers in a narrative where every stat matters, every skill reshapes destiny, and every choice carries monumental weight. The title, Return of the Archmage, is symbolic. It reflects both the literal rebirth of the protagonist into his earlier timeline and the metaphorical idea of redemption, how resilience is forged in hardship, how power can be reclaimed, and how courage becomes the ultimate act of defiance against fate itself. The protagonist is compelling, strategic, relentless, and deeply human despite his overwhelming power. His journey is one of resilience as he confronts betrayal, loneliness, and the intoxicating pull of vengeance. Readers will root for him as he faces challenges that test both his tactical brilliance and his emotional strength. The supporting cast adds depth and intrigue. Allies, rivals, and mystical figures all play roles that test loyalty and resolve. MythicRun0 excels in weaving relationships that feel authentic, filled with tension, fleeting trust, and moments of humor. The LitRPG mechanics are immersive. Regression allows the protagonist to exploit knowledge of quests, bosses, and hidden systems. Battles feel cinematic, upgrades carry real weight, and progression mirrors the addictive thrill of gaming. Yet these mechanics are not gimmicks. They serve as metaphors for growth, resilience, and the choices that define identity. The suspense is relentless. MythicRun0 layers the narrative with shocking twists, magical confrontations, and revelations. Every rival feels formidable, every ally questionable, and the looming presence of destiny keeps readers hooked until the final page. The pacing is cinematic and immersive. MythicRun0 balances explosive magical battles with quiet moments of reflection, ensuring that readers are invested not only in the action, but also in the protagonist's personal journey. The dialogue sparkles with wit, capturing both the grit of conflict and the vulnerability of human connection. Thematically, Return of the Archmage explores resilience, power, and transformation. It asks, can one person truly change the world through regression? How do systems shape destiny? And what happens when survival demands sacrifice? The climax of the novel is explosive, both narratively and emotionally. Without spoiling the details, it's safe to say that the protagonist faces a confrontation that pushes him to his limits, forcing him to embrace choices that will define not only his mission, but his own future. The resolution is satisfying, yet leaves readers eager for the next installment in the series. MythicRun0's prose is sharp, atmospheric, and deeply engaging. He writes with precision, painting vivid scenes that feel both real and magical. His ability to blend LitRPG mechanics with human emotion makes Return of the Archmage a standout in the genre. Reading Return of the Archmage feels like stepping into a game where regression is the ultimate weapon, enemies are relentless, and survival itself is the reward. It's a novel that will resonate with anyone who craves adventure, strategy, and the thrill of leveling up against impossible